You've lived through the Jimmy Garoppolo experience. Do you understand why DeMarco is excited?
Because he doesn't like the Niners.
No, wait a minute.
No, but Jimmy G has been.
Did Jimmy G not take you to a Super Bowl?
Jimmy G went to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Jimmy G came from New England. I think he's got 2 rings under as a backup for Tom Brady.
As a backup to Brady, and he took the Niners to the Super Bowl. And all he did while he was in a Niners uniform was beat the Rams.
That's it.
That's all he did.
Except on the NFC Championship.
The one time it mattered the most, and he didn't get it done. But so I think he is above average, right? And
he's good looking.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. That's my Steve Spagnuolo. I'm not going there. But I've seen what Sean McVay did for Carson Wentz. Kind of resurrected his career. Now he's backing up in Kansas.
Mayfield.
He's backing up. And then Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield's got a job in Tampa. He's the guy. Baker was about done in this league until he came here. So I want to see what McVay can do with Garoppolo. I want to see what that actually looks like.
We didn't see it in the preseason, right? Did he play? He didn't play in the preseason.
This is the first time we'll see him actually playing.
Because he was hurt and then suspended.
Yes, and Stetson Bennett played the entire preseason.
Yeah,
and that
because they thought they might need him.
And then Dresser Wynn. So this will be the first time we've actually seen him play.
Dresser Wynn is not a real person.
Dresser Wynn is a real person.
That's not a name of a real person.
It is a real person.
No.
I assure you it's a real person. I've talked to him.
That's a made up person.
Shook his hand or shaking his hand?
Either one.
Okay.
It doesn't make because he didn't do it.
Touched him.
He's not real. It's like you shook hands with a unicorn.
He's a real person. But
he's not real.
But I'm excited. I mean, like when you think about what the Rams are going to be post 2024, post this season, no matter what happens, how long do you think Matthew Stafford has in this league?
Oh, a year or 2 max.
Okay, there's clearly more behind than in front. So you're going to have to start thinking about your future at the quarterback spot.
Right.
So this could be an open audition. What if he actually looks great? What if he surprises you?
Here's the thing.
23 of 25 for close to 300, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
He's still Jimmy Garoppolo. He's had games like Jimmy Garoppolo to me is a great backup. Like if you make a list of every backup quarterback, the 30 whatever and the 32 backup quarterbacks in the NFL, he's got to be 1, 2, 3 somewhere in there.
I don't think he's a backup. I think he's
which is why
I think he's a starter.
I think he's a marginal starter. I think if you have
I'll give you that.
You can put him in with. I mean, are you going to get a bet with good coaching and decent personnel around him?
People thought Baker was going to be in that backup role until he came through here.
And so can McVay? McVay will figure out ways to allow Garoppolo to only do things that he's good at and avoid things that he's bad at. Can you win with?
I think
is he better than like Daniel Jones? Yeah, can't move like Daniel Jones, but he's a better quarterback.
I think he's more reliable than.
Right.
You know what? I would delete everything you saw when he played for the Raiders because that team was.
I'm
mess.
not counting the Raiders. I'm
That's
just going back.
saying.
I'm going back to San Francisco.
So San Francisco, New England.
I think
guy's got a pretty good track record.
You know exactly what he is,
and his win-loss record is pretty good.
He is and I know there's like this huge debate when you have NFL conversations about being a game manager and stuff like that. Where he reminds me of is Trent Dilfer.
No.
Like he's not doesn't in theory is not going to make tons of mistakes. You don't look to win games on his arm.
I'm going to knock Dilfer just a notch below him just based on personality.
But you understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Like you can obviously win a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer because they won a Super Bowl.
And you can get to one with
right.
Garoppolo.
And it helps to have historically good defenses to do it. Like you're going to have to compensate in ways. So if they need to, if Stafford said, you know what, I can't lift my arm anymore, and I want to play with my children and all the other stuff, I'm done. Like, and you got to need a bridge year. Jimmy Garoppolo is not a bad guy for that.
His win record is 57-24.
That's what I'm saying. If he comes in at 75% or above 70% completion percentage, you put the ball in the box, and the offense is efficient, and
you're running with
you don't have a bunch of pre-snap penalty. Kyron's not going to play.
I'm talking next year.
I'm just talking this game here. If you're efficient with what they give you, and against a Seahawks team that's trying to get to 10, they're going to play all their guys.
But see, like you don't need to sell me on the idea of Garoppolo like keeping him around or something like that, or like the idea that if Stafford were to walk away and then like having Garoppolo and then like you draft your guy for the future, you go sign someone else or whatever. I'm fine with Garoppolo like in a gap year.
All I'm saying is I know how people feel about him and they have preconceived notions based on what they think. But if he goes out there with basically the Rams 2s versus Seattle starters, and he wins the game and looks good, you might want to change your opinion.
I personally, because I think I just have a pretty well-formed opinion of him, wouldn't change if he plays terrible or he plays great. I wouldn't have much of an impact on, like, do I want Garoppolo around next year? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I think any team would be insane to give him tons of money, though. Like, that's not going to happen.
Oh, well, I mean, Baker had to prove it.
Yeah.
They didn't just pay him right off the bat.
Right.
Like I said, you went from Baker, we're out on Baker to, oh, this guy can actually play. Tampa signs him to approve it.
Right. Now
he's the guy. Carson went from out of the league, we don't want him. He was on the couch for a year, to a serviceable backup coming through this system. Let me see what you can do with a guy that's actually been to a Super Bowl before, that's had success in this offense.
Honestly, my biggest concern about him over the long term is, like, as a starter, is he gets hurt all the time.
Yeah,
Gets hurt a lot.
Well, don't let him get hit.